Hello, so I'm doing my project in my bathroom because it has good lighting and my room sucks. So my project's gonna be on photography, cameras, digital and analog. The first camera, the first mode of photography started in the 17th century and it was made with the camera obscura and it was pretty much a pinhole image. How you did this was, so you made a dark room and you made a small hole on the wall of the dark room, and on the other side was a scene or an image that you wanted to take a picture of. And what happened was the light reflecting from that image would go into the hole and onto the wall, and the room had to be extremely dark. And so what happened was the picture would pop up on the other side, but it'd be flipped over and messed up. But that was the first mode of photography. Then the first ever camera was made in 1816 by Nicephore Niepce. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's him. And he made it out of, it was like a small little box, made it out of paper coated with silver chloride, which darkened when exposed to light. So that was that. Analog photography. Here I have an example of an analog camera. The flash doesn't work. Well, the photographic film pioneer named George Eastman made the first camera or analog camera, which you could carry around with you and buy. The name of the camera was a Kodak, and it came out in 1889. It was a simple box with a fixed focus and a single shutter speed, and it came preloaded with 100, enough for 100 exposures, so like 100 pictures. If we're talking with like film cameras that had film, because film cameras are another mode of analog of cameras, because it takes the exposure of whatever you're taking it, puts it on the film, and you go and you develop the film and you get your pictures, and that's the other form of analog photography. And then digital photography. The first digital camera was made in December 1975 by an engineer at Eastman Kodak named Steve Sasson. Anyways, yeah, he made the first digital camera. So here I have two types of cameras. I have a digital camera and an analog camera. With the digital camera, this one looks better. I'm gonna take a picture with both cameras so you could see how each picture looks like. This is my camera, by the way, and it doesn't have battery. Right. Well, next, this is a mode of analog camera. This is my sister's camera. It doesn't have film, so we can't take pictures. So let's pretend we took a picture of a fake orange by each camera. With the digital camera, you could switch how you wanted the background of your picture and whatnot based off of shutter speed, depth of field, ISO, which is all camera lingo. With an analog camera, you can't really switch all those things because it's kind of already set in. The picture would come out however the background is. So if there's a lot of lighting, the picture would come out with a lot of lighting, or if it's underexposed, there's not enough light, and then the picture would come out pretty dark. Right. So with digital cameras, how you take pictures is there's other types of cameras like the DSLR and Kodak and whatnot, and usually they have a viewfinder. Mine doesn't because it's dumb, but this one does. It has a viewfinder, so this thingy right here that you look through right here to take a picture, you can look through that, or you can look through the LCD screen, which would be the screen right here, which shows the picture you're gonna take. And what happens is you take the picture and through the little camera thingy, it captures the exposure, and the picture, the scene that you took the picture of, pops up here. That's how a digital camera takes pictures, you know, summarized down. I didn't go full dev. All the facts. With an analog camera, for example, with this camera, which has like Polaroids and stuff, but she doesn't have Polaroids because she breaks them, my sister. What happens is you take the picture and it captures the exposure through the thingy and pops it into the Polaroid, and it just pops up, and that's why you gotta wait for the picture to come out when you have little thingies because of the exposure and whatnot. So in conclusion, I think that digital cameras work better, mostly because you could arrange pictures how you like. You know, for example, you could, like, in this setting, you can make it so like the background is like blurry, and this is I'm the only subject in the picture, or where I'm blurry and the background's the only subject. You can do a lot of things with digital cameras that you really can't with analog cameras. That's, in my opinion, I think digital cameras are better.